Ancestry Revealed is a community service program for senior citizens to do their genealogy. We try to go from them to their parents, their grandparents, and their 8 great-grandparents. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's very difficult.
Now we know where she's buried.
You do?
Yes, she's buried in Newmansville Cemetery.
We go around to independent living, we go to assisted living facilities, we go to public venues, we go to churches, wherever we can gather a group of seniors. We go 2 weeks in a row. We usually go on a Wednesday, that's when I have the most volunteers. We spend 2.5 hours the first week. We sit down with the resident, we find out their background, their information, and we start with them. We go home, we do more research during the week with that information. We print out things that we find, ships, manifest lists, pictures of the ship their immigrant ancestor came over on if we can find it, family group sheets, censuses, and we find out lots of information, occupations, what year they immigrated here, where they immigrated from, if they spoke a foreign language, if they could read and write, if they were in the war. How many children they have, how many children the mother had total, how many were still living. So while we're at home, we print out that information and we come back for week 2. We bring that information with us and give it to the people, and they are just thrilled.
It's a great program. I'm so glad I came down and started doing it. There's so many people here that would love to do this, and we can only take a few. She only can take just so many each time, and there's so many that's interested in it. The volunteer helps me with all the names and does the extra work on the weekends for me, and she filled in a lot of spaces for me and had it all ready for me when I got here today.
The volunteers, most of us are not professionals. We just love it. We just love the hunt. It's like a giant mystery puzzle, but we do this for free for the community. To be a volunteer, you basically, if you've researched your family, you know how to research. We have little training classes sometimes at my home. It's very rewarding that we can help them to come to know their ancestors. It's just a wonderful gift that we can give these folks.
Oh, it's helped me a lot. I've learned a lot about my family and about my mother's side of the family and my father's side of the family. It's really most interesting.
I do need volunteers. I'm wearing out the ones I have. Oh, the rewards. When we find something, say their immigrant ancestor, and they had no clue when they came or how they came, and we find that information and we find that ship's manifest, and they get so excited. We get just as excited.
I'm the oldest one in my family now, and I can pass this on to my children and grandchildren. They get to know where they came from, and I just think it's very, very important for us to know all of our families and where they were and where they came from.
Hopefully this will become a priceless treasure to them and their family.